We're back.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. It took a while.
Only been a month.
Yeah, kind of my fault. Football's fault. But, you know.
But yeah. Fucking.
Absolutely.
I can't even do hoes before bros because it's not even. Well, I mean, they are a bunch of.
They
hoes,
are a
but
bunch
I
of
mean,
hoes. Yeah. It's not even
hoes
like.
before bro.
I could have sat here and been like, it was worth it. We won every game. Man United are dead good. We're shit.
Oh,
So it's like,
child.
instead of talking to my best buddy, I'm basically torturing myself by watching my shit football team.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Nice
like,
to know where I am on the pecking order.
No. But yeah, so that's why we're doing it on a Tuesday.
Yes.
And I completely forgot to put any sort of post out to say, I'm doing Retro Gak Attack today. So
It's just on a whim.
But yeah, like you say, we do it for ourselves. I love the people. The people are great. The people are the reason we might get somewhere one day.
Yes.
But so far, there's no people. So it's about us.
It's just about us.
It's all about us.
It's just all about us reminiscing. That's all it is.
Yeah. And since it's been like a whole month since we did plan to do Mario versus Sonic, unofficial round 2. No, official round 2. Just
That's official.
Yeah, it's official. Just that there's no official round 1. But
Well, there was, but I mean, it's
the live stream.
half the story.
It was the first attempt at going on YouTube, live streaming on YouTube.
It was,
and it was still my cock up because I didn't realize the sound wasn't coming through. But I double checked it today.
Yeah, boy.
And it would have ballsed up again if I didn't double check it. So I'm just gonna drop my volume down a little bit because I'm hitting the red.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, but oh well. I did good. I looked at things and it sounding. So
the green bars.
The green bars. I'm still hitting the red. Am I like really noisy? I'm usually too quiet
for me.
Anyway, I'll drop it there and we'll see how it is. I think we need to do like a mini recap for those that have not sat and listened to me for over an hour waffle about Super Mario and Sonic.
I think it was about an hour and 40, wasn't it? It was the longest one we've done.
And it was probably the best one.
Oh, God, yes.
Although, as like, whenever I'm playing, some games or whatever, and I just want to listen to something, if I've got nothing else to listen to, I'll listen to our old streams.
Yeah.
To find so I can make the little clips and stuff. Our Doom episode is fucking awesome. Just saying, the Doom episode is class.
It's got some good ones in it.
I had so much fun listening back to that one. And I immediately made a reel because the
Tootsie. It
had to be the Tootsie. That's just so funny. I got my Tootsie. I'm gonna get a Tootsie toy shotgun. Just saying.
That's fine. You can't find one, I'll get you one.
Thanks, bro.
I've got connections in the Americana.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If anyone could get me a Tootsie toy Doom guy shotgun. But they do the chain gun and everything as well. The Tootsie do everything.
Christ. Oh god.
Right, so round 1 of Mario vs Sonic was Super Mario Brothers versus Sonic the Hedgehog.
Was that not like December?
It was a fair while ago.
I'm sorry. I'm still drinking my gin.
Yeah, enjoy your gin, bro. Where's the get my leaderboard up so I can see, so I can get all figures.
Is that because I think we went to do it as a Christmassy episode?
It might have been, yeah.
I think it was.
Right. Good thing I checked it on this because I've not updated the actual photoshopped leaderboard.
Vital. God.
So we did
professionalism.
We were super professionals. We did rank Super Mario Brothers and Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog coming out on top, only just.
Yes.
But we were in agreement.
But there was the huge caveat that there's a generation apart.
There's a big gap. Yeah. Whereas I think what we've decided today is a fairer fight.
Yes.
Super Mario World against Sonic 2.
Yeah.
So I'll have to leave Super Mario World in your hands, any information about the game.
I thought you were playing it.
Oh, I played it, not to the
How
end.
far did you get? Oh god.
I want to say World 2 or 3.
It?
I got bored.
No.
I did.
No.
That's my only thing with... not my only thing. It's one of my things with Mario. I find it does get repetitive quite quickly. And I think just because it doesn't engage me as much as a Sonic game does. Like, I'll always prefer the music to Sonic. I prefer the level design in Sonic. I prefer the speed.
Well, I was going to say, it all comes down to speed. That's
also
speed.
Also the music, though.
And the music. I'll give the music. But I mean, whoa, watch that tongue, young sir.
What did I say?
The music's not good. Do you?
I just said the music's good. I didn't say not good. It's on camera.
I mean, right, okay, so let's get into it.
But we'll start with Super Mario World because I believe that would have come out first.
91.
The 91.
92.
Super Mario World
came out with the SNES. I remember that much.
Released in Japan in 1990, North America in 1991, and Europe and Australia in 1992. Wow, that's really poorly written.
But it was in a
It's
package
between
with the
1990 and
SNES.
92.
Yeah, depending on where we are. We're in Europe, so we get the arse end of everything.
Yeah. We either got it in 91 or 92. That sentence does not sentence
It's not
good.
English.
No, that's really bad English. And yeah, I think Sonic 2 was 1992 as well, wasn't it? I think
Was Sonic 92?
I think it was only a year after Sonic 1.
No way. They couldn't have improved from Sonic 1 to Sonic 2 in a year, surely. What?
Hold on. You're making me doubt myself now. Let's bring up the film. Who wants to film? No.
I mean, to be fair, the film's actually not that bad.
It's actually really good, but
Yeah.
I want the game. 1992.
Okay, there you go.
Man knows his stuff. 1 year later. So yeah, we'll start with Mario then.
Okay.
Super Mario World. What is the premise, Nicholas, of Super Mario World?
The premise is the same as all Super Mario games. Save the princess. No, actually, technically, it's not save the princess. It's actually save the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's in Dinosaur Land. Or
It's
something,
dinosaurs. Yeah, it's in dinosaurs. Yes, it's not Mushroom Kingdom anymore. It's Dinosaur Land, and it introduces the best character of the whole Mario franchise.
Possibly, yeah.
No, it
Luigi.
is. Well, no, get stop. Luigi's been listening.
Everyone loves Yoshi, though.
Everyone
loves
loves
Yoshi.
Do you know what? Yoshi's actually quite a divisive character because I do see online like a lot of people hate Yoshi, and I'm like, how can you hate Yoshi? Do you know what I mean? He's awesome.
Yeah, I don't. Do people give reason as to why they hate Yoshi? Because
They think he's too cutesy, and some people don't think
it's Nintendo.
He's happy. Yeah. And well, yeah, he's meant to be cute. He is meant to be cute.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of him, you know. And he's a new sidekick, and he's a new addition to how the game plays. And with the same with every Mario series, they introduce new power-ups and new sort of like techniques and such to help and navigate the game. And yeah, I think Yoshi is an amazing one because you essentially have like an extra hit. Because when you're riding Yoshi, you get a hit, you fall him off, and he goes away and runs, and you can catch back up and get him again.
Yeah.
And it also makes it easier for getting enemies because you've got the tongue, and depending on certain enemies, you swallow. Yoshi does like with the Koopas. There's four. Instead of just being green and red, you've also got yellow and blue, and depending on which cell you have, Yoshi does different things.
That's actually a really cool addition to the game.
Really cool. Yeah. See, if when you see a blue Koopa and you've got a Yoshi and you can fly, and you're like some other levels where you got that, you're just like, oh, thank God. You're just happy to hear the wings and you just see him flying away on the screen, and you're just happy to fly to the end of the level to do the level. But I mean, so they've introduced Yoshi. There's, it's the first. I think the first Super Mario Brothers 3 did the overworld where you could go around the map, but I can't remember. I know you could take shortcuts, but I don't think there was a hidden world. Whereas in Super Mario World, there was the Star World,
Okay.
and those levels were, yeah, the hardest levels in the game. Well,
No surprise if they're the hidden levels.
Yeah, well, there's actually a second lot of hidden levels as well after that, and even they are fucking. You know what I mean? But they come with some like naff names like Tubular and like.
Oh, I've heard of
so
that.
Yeah. And I just think it's such a huge, massive. There's like 96 levels in that entire game, and there's not 2 levels that are the same.
Which is like far more impressive. I'll give it that than Sonic 2.
Oh,
the quantity of levels. Notice I'm saying quantity, not quality.
and there's also secret endings and stuff like that as well. It's not just get to the end. Yeah. There's a lot of secrets, that you've got to find to open up secret parts of the map and whatnot. And this is where Yoshi just come into play, because there's quite a few levels that with the secret endings that you've got to jump and have a Yoshi and jump and glide, and then you can kind of like jump off him. So you have to go through the bottom of the level and then just eject after the ending of the level to get the secret level. And there's like loads of bits where you have to sacrifice Yoshi, and that in itself has become like quite a big sort of like Nintendo meme. Yeah, because I mean, Super Mario World is the best 2D Mario game. There's no
over 3.
Yes.
Is that not like sacrilege for you to say something like that?
No, because it's true.
Ooh. I don't know. I'll go with you, bro. I don't have
you need to finish it. You do. You need to. Yeah.
I know. I just can't. I can't get engaged enough to.
No, I don't understand how. The game level designs are amazing. Do you know what I mean? There's just like there's always a bit of variety in every world, and all the castles that you go to, and you fight all the different Koopa kids, and they're all amazing boss battles, and you've got like secret, Boo mansions, and you just how can you not find that? How do you try to find it engaging?
Because it's not Sonic, is it?
You're hard work,
that. I know. We've not even done a Zelda video yet.
Do you know what? If we ever get on, I don't think we'll ever do one, because I might just end up just driving down for like 7 hours.
Hey, if it gets you to drive down, next week, Zelda.
And I'll stab you.
You picking Zelda over me?
In 100 days of the week, yes.
Yeah, don't blame you. Zelda 2, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna play it and try and finish that. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna try and do.
You can do it. You can do it on the Game Bloke, can't you?
And that's what I'm gonna do.
I can't wait to see what we got.
It's gonna be full of piss, isn't it?
I know.
But back to Mario World. Every world is different and unique. You've got your donut plains, your basic levels. You've got the next level where it's like, you've got a lake and it's in a bit of water, a bit of swimming, a bit of normal levels. Then you've got the cave, you've got the bloody bridge, the Forest of Illusion, Choco Land, and then you've got Bowser's world. And there's just so many. Like when you get to Star World, you can for the first one, you can get to the second Star World, and it takes you like right up on the World 8. And you're like on a little cliff, and you can't go anywhere, but you can see like Bowser's Kingdom, and it's like a big Bowser's castle, and it's got Bowser written in neon lights, and it's like all flashing and stuff like that. And you just sit there. As a kid, I'm sitting there going like, "Oh my god, I can't fucking wait to get to this place! It's fucking awesome!" Do you know what I mean?
And now you still do it.
I still do it. I still do it. You've got to say it, because the music's fucking cool in Bowser's World, like it is. And you just. I can't say enough that the level design and every level is amazing, and they're all different, and it's just an amazing game. It is amazing, and it's sacrilege that you cannot and sit through. You don't even have to do all 96 levels. You don't have to do Star Road. You can just do the
I know, I
main
tried.
stuff. And
Trust me, I tried. It's still like, in time, I'll go, I fancy playing a Mario game, and I can just crack on with it on the Switch. So it's like, I've got my save state.
yeah,
But it's
Yeah.
just, I can't, I'm not like knocking the game. I think it's just me. It's just my, I'm not going to sit here and say,
Oh.
Mario's crap, that's why I don't like it. It's not I don't like it. But it's just, I'll play it for a bit, and then to me, it'll just feel a bit too repetitive. And if anything, there's probably too many levels for my head to deal with. Yeah. Whereas, like, with a Sonic game, it's sort of, you play it for, you do a few levels, and then, like, it's kind of, either the game's done, or that's all you kind of need to do, to be honest. But yeah, I still prefer Sonic 2. But
it's soul destroying.
but
But
Sonic 2 is massive overrated.
it's not. Sonic
is.
2 is my favorite Sonic game.
I
And I've never
don't blame
completed
you, but like it's because it is still an amazing game. It's just bottom of the Genesis Mega Drive Sonic games, apart from 3.
What?
But they fixed 3.
2 on 3.
They fixed 3
Well, you can't do the Knuckles thing.
with the Knuckles thing. Top
But they can
loader
But
in the top.
You can say the same at Sonic 2 then. They fixed Sonic 2 with the Knuckles top loader.
No, because you just play as Knuckles in the game.
Yeah, well there you go. There's not
No, because Sonic 3 and Knuckles fixes the crap music in Sonic 3.
What?
It's got Sonic 3 is the worst boss music in any game ever. The boss music in Sonic 3, it's tragic. It's proper tragic. If you find it, and if Michael Jackson did that, then it's a good thing he died when he did, because I'd have gone and found him. But when you plug Sonic 3 into Sonic and Knuckles, it has the Sonic and Knuckles boss music, which is the best boss music. So it fixes the game.
Yeah, but it's still a shit game compared to 2.
It's still
Anyway.
not great. It's okay. I don't know. There's something about 2. 2 feels slow now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
but you've also got to remember that it's like 30 years ago.
I know, but Sonic
30
1 doesn't make me feel like that. I love Sonic 1.
Well, yeah, but Sonic 1, it was slow to begin with. There's no difference.
It's rapid fast. Rapid fast Sonic 1.
Fucking 3-legged hedgehogs quicker than the fucking game.
Whoa.
But no, but you've also got to remember that you've had like Sonic 3 and Sonic Mania and all these other Sonic games that have come after.
Oh yeah, that's
on better systems. So
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
by today's standards, they are slower, aren't they? But I don't know. There's just always been something with Sonic 2 for me. I don't know why.
Is it because Tails? Is that
I like Tails. No, I like Tails. I always.
Don't you dare start with me. I like Tails.
Well, he's bottom of the list, but I still like him. That's like saying, John Wick 3 is the worst John Wick film, but it doesn't mean it's shit. It just means the others are better.
I'm still not seeing number 3. Sorry. Awkward silence. So Tails, yeah, best character in the Sonic franchise.
Tails is rock bottom of it, but he's still cool.
I mean, I love Tails so much I named my child after him. So
you did kind of, yeah, yeah. Miles per hour.
Yeah. I mean, I did say to Steph that it was for Miles Morales.
Oh.
Yeah, don't turn that into a short because I'll post it on your.
I know, yeah.
I'll get in trouble there.
Yeah. R.I.P. Nick.
So Sonic 2 level design is.
They're still good. It's just
it is a good game. It is authority, and it's my favorite game. But it is just speed, and the levels that do make you slow down are pretty good. Like the oil one. I quite enjoyed that. See, when I
I
first
don't
got
mind
to
oil
that as a
ocean.
kid, I see when I first got to that kid, I was just like,
Yeah, it's
that you know
cool.
that it was oil. It is fucking cool. I mean, the bloody chemical plant zone
Chemical
is
Plant is
cool.
iconic. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I,
probably
I,
one of, if not the best, Sonic tune.
I hated that fucking boss though, where those
Oh
cows
yeah,
that
yeah,
drop
yeah,
under, and if you only got to stand on the middle one, and he spits his fucking blue jizz all over
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
from
But there's a
stomping
trick
off.
to it. There's a trick to it if you can pull it off.
I remember just jumping straight to the right where he comes and just try and like
Yeah,
bounce on him.
that's that's the trick. But
Yes.
like it's counting the hits, 8 hits
hmm
I think,
hmm
and after that eighth hit you need to get back to the middle because the floor's
To
turn.
like turn down.
So if you drop down straight on that eighth hit, you're dying every time without fail.
Yeah.
Um,
Where we go? Aquatic Ruin.
Aquatic
How was
Ruins,
the?
all right. It's
See,
crap labyrinth.
yes, yes.
I mean,
If you fall down at the beginning and you're in the water, like
it's just.
it's hard. It's hard
I
going.
know it was like a thing. We could do a whole episode on water levels in games because it is like the thing, isn't it? But if any game doesn't need a water level, it's Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. Does not need water
No,
levels.
I know.
Get away with it with Labyrinth because Labyrinth is just awesome.
Labyrinth is amazing.
Labyrinth is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. They peaked with that.
Yeah. But yeah, Aquatic Ruin is not great. Casino. I love the casino one.
Casino Night. Casino Night's phenomenal.
I just love a casino level in Sonic. They always know how to make a fun casino level.
Well, to be honest, when I used to get to that point, I sometimes just actually just played the casino stuff and just waited till the time ran out.
Yeah.
So I just died. You know, just like all the points that I'm racking up, I'm just gonna get another life anyway.
I've always got to get the jackpot at some point. I will do it until I get the jackpot. It's just it's so satisfying seeing all those rings coming and yeah, it's great.
Such a good idea.
Yeah.
Although I remember like when I first thinking, I couldn't get the spring where you have to hold jump
Oh yeah.
to bring it down. I'm just tapping A. As a kid, do you know what I mean? I'm like, and I'm like, what? Easiest to figure that out.
Even then, I hate it. I hate that part of the levels. If I have to wait on that thing and hold a button for 5 seconds, I'm not patient enough for it. I'm playing Sonic. I want to
just press the jump.
Just press it so it boosts you. And is there an actual purpose to holding it for a little bit so you get a bit of a boot? There's no like.
No, you just go the full pelt. You don't go like a little bit. You just full pelt it every time.
And there's no like secret paths or anything where if you only hold it halfway and go, then it'll take you to a certain. There's none of that. It's literally you have to hold it down for 5 seconds and shoot off to get to the next bit. And it just seems a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
But
and then we've got Hilltop Zone.
It's not great.
It's got really good fucking music though.
The music is okay.
I really enjoy that song.
It's okay.
It's so good.
It's okay.
So good.
It's different and it's weird.
I like how they tried to do, but that whole you're in the cabin and the logs coming through, and it's like we said this with one, and it's like Sonic is not a good platformer.
No.
And putting you in a closed space with like platforms you've got to jump on. Sonic's not a platformer, and those bits it's easy to make a silly mistake.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't work well.
I think those cavey bits of the levels are the only bits I kind of enjoy though. Out of those levels, like Hilltop is like low down on my imaginary Sonic tier list of levels.
Oh, it's the worst one. It is the worst one.
Well, I don't know. There is competition later down the line.
Cave.
Oh no, I love Mystic Cave. That's a cool tune. That's a cool tune.
That is a cool tune. And I like it, that one, as the multiplayer one.
Yeah, it's got a cool multiplayer one.
Yeah.
Is that
where you've got the different paths?
Is that the only multiplayer level that they actually kept from the single?
No, Emerald Hill.
is the only one that they can. Because I
Emerald
always
Hill
remember
and
one. At least one was
Mystic
like
Cave.
the exact same.
I think Emerald. I think both Emerald Hill and Mystic Cave were exactly the
Okay.
same. But I don't think the other ones were.
Yeah, no, I remember. You only got 4 or something, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, you got
I
4
think it was
levels.
4.
It was 4
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but as we've established in many episodes, I have no friends growing up. I had no brothers, no sisters, no friends. So I only played single player.
I had a cousin that I could play with, and he told me no. So I just put the second pad in and play with myself.
That's probably the only way I've ever seen those levels, to be honest. It
And
was
have done
just
for the next 30 years.
yeah, because I had my cousin. We would play, Duke Nukem and GoldenEye and stuff, but we never considered playing Sonic multiplayer. It was just it's not some. Let's go play
It's
Sonic
all right.
together.
It's all right. I mean, it's nothing. Not amazing, is it? You just got to
Just
race the
racing
other
each
person.
other,
And you're going to argue it who's going to be fucking Sonic and who's going to be Tails.
yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's,
And everyone wanted to be Sonic because he's just faster.
yeah, exactly.
Even though he's
exactly.
not programmed to be faster, but he's the faster character.
He
isn't
feels fast.
Yeah. He's rapid.
I know. And they never give whoever's Tails the jump and you can fly up or whatever. You never.
Not
Do you know what I
until
mean? If they
Sonic
made-
3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
But they did actually make use of Tails and that more so in later games. That is a sort of a bum thing on the game.
Mhm.
You've got this brand new character whose ability is to fly with his tails. They even mock you by having him do it when you play with him. He will fly when he kills himself 1 billion times in each level. He'll then fly back in. But when you're Tails, you're not allowed to fly.
No. Although I do like the fact that if you've got 2 controllers and you play the main game, the second player can control Tails.
I didn't know that.
Do you not know that?
I had no second player, bro.
Mate, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it at some point then. I'll
Okay,
be
you can be Tails. Yeah, you can have to.
because Tails has got like infinite lives. So like, do you know what I mean? I could die. Send me to the boss, and I'll just like do him over and over, and just keep on dying if I have to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, so yeah, that's. And when you do the bonus levels, you two.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the lights on because I'm getting a bit dark. And then we're talking about those bonus levels.
I'm gonna be a build now.
You're well light compared to me. Bloody hell, look at me.
Mate, you need to get on a sunbed.
I literally am Jesus now.
I know. Testicles, spectacles, while I can watch.
Mate, man's glowing. What's going on?
You changed some light bulb, man.
I'm in a bloody, like a tanning salon here.
Right. So, Mystic Cave, meh. Oil Ocean Zone. We've touched on it.
Oil Ocean, it is cool. It's got a cool song.
It is good. Yeah.
It's a tough level. It is quite a tough level.
It is quite tough.
There's certain parts, I think it's more so in the second act. It's quite easy to get lost. Like,
Yes.
You'll either like fall off a platform, you'll do some blah, 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 you'll fall off, and then you end up like 5 minutes back, and you're like, how am I back here now? And then you've got to navigate your way back and try and figure out a way forward.
Although I do love the green things that you push and you.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're pretty fucking cool. They are cool. Wasn't much for the boss. I'm not gonna lie, bit of a dick.
The boss is not great. It's actually like
the gun.
Yeah, it's a bit crap.
See, this is where this Tails comes in, because if you Tails and you just jump in the fucking oil, you can.
Who cares if you
know what I
drown?
mean? Yeah, exactly, and you can just hit him like 6 times in one go. Metropolis
is the potential worst
I do like the music though.
level. The music's good. The music is really good.
I always think of some DJ at the beginning that.
Yeah.
That's what comes into my head when I hear this.
It's also for some reason the only level with 3 acts in Sonic 2.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Of all things, they could have given Mystic Cave a 3rd act. They could have given
any of them
a Chemical Plant, man. You could have given Chemical Plant 8 act, and I think people would have been happy.
You could have given Sonic 2 Chemical Plant. It's just the whole game. Fucking Chemical Plant.
I'd buy it. I'd buy that for $1.
The thing I found with the fucking Metropolis was like, you see like the screws, and you have to run in place on the screws. And I thought at the time it was like such a good idea. I'm like, oh, that makes so much
It's
good
cool,
sense.
yeah.
But going back, but like playing it now, I'm just like, it is cool, but it's like, oh, fucking.
You just want to speed through it, don't you?
Yeah, because like if you get hit by them fucking stupid starfish that shoot the things,
Oh, yeah.
it knocks you off that, and the screws all the way up there.
Yeah.
You're like, where'd you go? You've got to go all the way back.
Yeah.
Like about 30 seconds.
Yeah, because you need
respawn.
to respawn the screw.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Yeah, and I think that's partly my thing with it. I think there's too many moments like that in Sonic 2, whereas there's less in the others.
I bet they were thinking like, we'll make an awesome scrap brain sort of like fucking,
Yeah.
And it just it didn't work.
No, it's fine, and then like the payoff at the end, the boss, is shit.
That's the one with the
It's just
things.
It's just Robotnik in his regular bloody little hovercraft thing, and he's just got little balls spinning around him, and then you hit him, he releases a ball. It's a little decoy thing of him, and it's just one hit. It's done.
You pop it and you go back,
and then you hit him until all his decoys are done, and then he just he goes to one side and he'll shoot a beam at you, and then one hit and he's dead.
Yeah,
it's I think.
I know. The thing about it is
just
like,
not great.
They've got time. It's the timing on that one that always got me as a kid. You've got to time it just right where the things form the perfect X. You've got the bottom to thingy. Yeah. I mean, the bosses.
The bosses aren't great.
Emerald Hill Zone one's quite good, but I remember when I got there with the drill. Yeah, I mean, I remember getting to him as a kid the first time I played it, and just thought, "Oh my god, he's got this fucking thing!" Yeah. And
he does it.
Goes past.
And then for that last hit where he shoots the drill at you to try and catch you off guard, I like that.
That got me. That got me as a kid. I'm not gonna lie, that did.
But then every other boss, I think, apart from Casino Knight is quite a good boss.
Casino, that's hard.
Yeah, like encloses you, and then
you've got to do the pinball either side jump thing, and all that. That's hard.
He drops like little spiky balls on you.
Aye, the aquatic room is the fucking arrow.
The things that come up. It's just a bit irritating.
Yeah. Hilltop was what was Hilltop?
Similar. It's similar to Oil Ocean. That and Oil Ocean, more or less the same boss, just in lava as opposed to oil.
Mystic Cave boss was a fucking dick.
Yeah, Mystic Cave boss.
Up on the roof.
Yeah, that's sort of your Spring Yard Sonic 1 boss.
Cheap. It's cheap, that one.
It's not great.
Oil Ocean's Metropolis shite. And then Sky Chase, which is just basically... Doesn't have you just literally...
It's a cool level, though. It's a cool idea.
The one thing I never got was the fucking turtles. The flying turtles. What the fuck was it? They're
just flying robotic turtles, aren't they? Have you not looked out the window and just seen flying robotic turtles?
They're just sitting there.
I can see some behind you now.
What?
Yeah.
You just like, you're flying on an airplane, and just these turtles are just obviously like just sitting, just waiting for you to come past them, because they don't come past you. You don't. It's so slow. Do you know what I mean? It's like the way that an airplane is flying. Yeah. They should be flying past you, but no, they're just sitting in like.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Just getting closer.
There was
kind of people could be doing this. No.
There was another game where they redid that level or something.
And is it not Sonic Mania?
I don't know.
I'm sure there is a Sonic Mania. Sure, because that's what I've got on the Switch.
And they definitely, I know they more or less rehashed it with Sonic 4. Because that's basically... Yeah, don't. Sonic 4's just... I
remember it came out when we were still together.
Yeah, in college. Because I was dead excited for it. It's still alright, but there's nothing original in it. They just they go back to old games and go, that was a good idea. Let's put that in this game. And it's just a weird mishmash of old Sonic stuff. I'm sure they did their own version of the Sky Chase, and it's terrible.
God.
But yeah, the concept of it's cool. But
Mm-hmm.
like you say, the flying turtles don't do much. They've
No.
got the little baby turtle in the back that like
they
fires
sit
the
up.
little thing. But even
Just
then,
sitting there holding the ball.
you have to be stood in front of that turtle for a good 3 seconds before he decides,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and shoot him now. Otherwise, they don't do anything.
And you've got them stupid red Falcon jets that just go
Yeah,
off the screen.
it's a bit of an odd one because
Yeah, and
like,
there's the heads. The heads.
Yeah, the floating heads.
The fucking propellers, and they ship out like fucking
little spiky bomb
God,
things.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, there's no
Nothing.
boss. It just starts. It starts Wing Fortress, which is an amazing level. Wing Fortress is. I love Wing Fortress.
It's a kid, like when I got to that, I was like totally blown away. But is it hard?
It's a hard level.
Is it? Yeah.
It's hard.
See the first part of it when you're just running up and that, and you know it's fine. It's really good, and you hit the little things on the floor that send you flying, and it's all exciting.
Cool, yeah.
And then you go through, and you've got to go on the fucking side of the ship, and you've got to jump on the platforms that open and close. Like holy hell! Do you know what I mean? As a kid, like I had no fucking timing or anything like that. I was impatient. I'm like fucking just fucking jump. You know.
It's also got, even though we're going to talk about the final boss after this one, this is the hardest boss in the game for me. The Wing Fortress boss. Do you remember the Wing Fortress boss?
No.
You jump on a little doohickey. You obviously get to the cockpit or something of the fortress, and then you jump on a little doohickey, and it opens up, and you go inside it. And then it's the first. They do it a couple times in Sonic games, but it's the first boss that it barricades you in with like little beams, and then you see Robotnik operating a console, and then a little doohickey comes from the top. And
you've got the metals platform things.
There's a good version of this boss in Sonic and Knuckles in the second level where it's just the thing and it moves around, it follows Sonic, and then at some point it'll shoot a beam and you've just got to avoid it. And you do that until it closes to a certain point and then you win. That's a good boss. In this one, the thing on the roof splooges out little spiky platforms about, I think it's 4 or 5 in this little room no bigger than the frame we're in, and you've got 5 of these things that are doing this around the screen. It is fucking annoying as tits, and the amount of game overs I got at that point of the game because of that boss as a kid. Even now I probably would. It's just an irritating boss. It's not like a fair, hard boss where
that's like a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah,
it's meant to kill you.
Yeah, and your skill determines how good you are at beating that boss. There's no skill involved in this boss. It's if you're lucky enough to not be in certain positions where a spike's just going to land on Sonic's head, and then another one, boom. And the severe lack of rings as well. If you die at that boss,
the fortress you can get loads of rings. But once you get hit once, that's it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can get to that boss with a good 100+ rings easy, and then obviously if you get hit in that boss, a few more rings spurt out, and then it lessens and lessens.
Yeah.
If you die at that boss and then you start the checkpoint, I think I'm right in saying 3 rings.
Another 3.
Yeah, unless you backtrack, which might be possible. It might not be possible. I don't remember. But at that boss,
I think you can.
You probably can. But at that boss, 3 rings you pick up outside of it. And if you get hit, 3 poxy rings are just going to go bloop and will disappear like that.
Yeah, because they go through the wall as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That is the true hardest boss of the game, in my opinion. And it's like just a stupid boss. And then obviously you beat that. And then it's a cool sequence of Sonic jumping on Robotnik's
onto the
rocket spaceship thing.
That is pretty cool.
Actually. It's a cool little sequence. And then you get to the Death Egg Zone. There's always a Death Egg from Sonic 2 onwards. I think it's awesome. It is the best part of the game.
Most infuriating part.
It's
for me.
hard. Yeah, it is hard, but
Yeah.
it is so good. The music is amazing.
Mhm.
Even though you only hear the music for 3 seconds. Yeah, you hear it
It's
for
like a ringtone.
yeah, and then you just get the boss music, don't you?
Yeah.
But the final
Yeah.
boss music's cool as well. Yeah, but the final boss music's cool.
I mean, see when I saw Metal Sonic, and I was just like, come on.
With no rings, Death Egg
Yeah, there's
Zone,
no
no
rings. Yeah,
rings.
no rings. Yeah.
You've this is this is where skill does come into it for me, which is where the Wing Fortress one can get stuffed. It's just an unfair boss.
Yep.
This one is you get no rings, get good, and beat the game.
Yeah.
So you've got to beat Metal Sonic, and then you've got to beat Robotnik's Death Egg Robot.
Yeah.
Don't think it's got much of a name, but
I like to call him Cunty McCuntface, if I'm honest.
it's a pretty accurate description.
Because I mean, I've never beat him.
Ooh.
I'm not, and I hold my hands up high. I struggled, and we've gone over this before. I think we did it on the last Mario and Sonic, and it's just like you're like hit him in the belly, and it's like I can't fucking hit him in the belly because his spiky hands are always there.
Yeah, it's a battle of patience, which is something you don't really want in a Sonic game, but you do have to just be patient.
And I always thought you'd hit him in the bomb, so I would like boost under him just as he's about to land.
Yeah.
And then I'd get him in his bomb, and I'd be like, "This is it, this is the way." But then he's got his fucking rocket pack, and he just bends down and squishes you, and that
sharts on you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Sonic got sharted.
I would as a kid, it would be one of the few times I was super patient, and I would happily just let him walk towards me.
Yeah.
Fly up, target, land, and then as he lands, he drops his belly. And I just hit him, let him do his thing. And I would rinse and repeat about however many times you got to do it 12, 14, 16 times you got to hit him. It's a lot of times. But
I think the most I ever got hit was about 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
The most I've ever gotten. So.
And that's the thing, you can't make one boo-boo. One boo-boo and you're dead. That's the thing. But it is doable. You know, without having to wait, you can, if you can time your jumps right when he's walking towards you, when his spiky hands aren't prodding out, you can jump at the right time to bop him on the chest. But
that's gotta be like microseconds.
It's only the greatest of Sonic players can do it. The saddos that have played it a bazillion times and have the patience to try it. But it is doable that way. And you can get it done in no time. But my one big, massive, huge gripe with the fight is you can glitch through him and kill yourself. Yeah, it happens to me all the time. And it's if you do that method. If he's walking towards you and you try and bop him, there are a few instances where you'll bop him and you'll go straight through him, and then it'll class it as a hit and you'll die.
Oh.
And there's nothing worse.
And because you have to do the fucking Metal Sonic fight again.
Got to fight Metal Sonic again. Yeah. And Metal Sonic's no slouch. He's irritating.
I know.
He's got his set paths. He does the same thing all the time. He doesn't.
Yes, it's the same 3 things. But the problem is that as you hit him like more times, then all of a sudden he starts mixing it up. And then you're just gonna, because you've seen what he does in the corner, and then you think he goes to one, like when he does the spin ball thing, and you think he's just gonna go, and then you jump in the middle, and then he jumps. Jump as well.
Yeah. If you had rings, it'd be fine.
He fucking doesn't, bastards.
But and then you beat Death Egg Robotnik. You escape the space station, and all the animals are saved, and Sonic wins.
See, I wouldn't know.
Oh, well, that's what happens. It's not a special.
Thanks for letting me know.
It's not a special ending. It's all right. Obviously, if you've got the special stage as well, the special stages, which are again, I still stand by it. They are the worst of the series. They are fucking terrible.
I love
I
them.
hate them.
I love them. Oh,
Horrendous.
see, that the only way that I was able to get Supersonic was like me and a pal would do it together. I can't remember. I don't remember,
I can
I don't
imagine
remember who it was.
it's a lot easier. I can imagine with a player two,
Yes,
with someone
but it's- but
controlling
also,
Tails.
but you also have that there's two of you, and two of you can get hit by them.
Oh,
by
yeah,
what
yeah.
you call it. So it's a double-edged knife.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but that's the thing.
So-
I had a lot of experience playing with the computer controlling Tails. All my days, it's the most irritating thing in the world.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'd struggle on my own.
All the computer does is it follows Sonic with a 2-second delay.
Second delay.
And it is so irritating because you've not only got to time your own jumps to get the rings or to avoid things, but you've also got to consider what's Tails going to do.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
But it's such a good idea, though. And to be honest, and I thought that was way better than the bonus stage of Sonic 1. Because you had the dips and the curves and the thing, and it just showed you what the Mega Drive could do. And I just thought that was far.
The idea of it is far better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the execution. I didn't like it.
No.
I think the first couple are good because they're,
Easy.
I wouldn't say easy. They're still a bit awkward. Obviously, the first one or two are dead easy.
Yeah.
But like it quickly, like it goes from 0 to 60 in nothing. And then
The difficulty curve for the bonus is just like
they throw
straight up.
they weren't spiky balls. They were just like bombs or something. And it was, from what I
They were
remember.
just they were just like bombs.
But
yeah.
when they start throwing them in, it's a ball ache. And to me, they're not fun. Whereas Sonic 1s were fun. The blue spheres in Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, they're the worst.
They're the best. I love blue spheres,
They're
man.
in Sonic Mania, and
I love them.
No.
How can you not love blue spheres, man?
Plus, they just fucking Sonic does not work well in 3D. That's just horrible.
That's true. That's an argument I'm not gonna get into.
It's like the most you get the bloody blue spheres, you get faster, and then you've got nowhere to go, and there's fucking red spheres everywhere, and you've got to think, I'm going to try and jump this. Do you know what I mean? And like you just there's no fucking hope.
Yeah, but you get rid of the red spheres, don't you?
How do you get rid of red ones?
You just get the outer blue ones in the square.
Yeah, no, I know that, and they turn to coins, and he makes it faster. I know how to do it, but it's still fucking shit.
There's a couple levels in them blue spheres that are like near impossible.
Sonic Mania when I played him, and they just put it on. I'm like, fuck. I just died straight away because I know I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you got to get all the collectibles.
No, fuck the collectibles.
There's no
fuck Sonic.
The thing is, there's no actual like reason in Sonic Mania to actually do the blue spheres. I think you just get medals or something.
You get a medal.
It's just like how big is your dick, Sonic Edition, and that's all the blue spheres are in Sonic Mania.
99 medals, Nick.
I got them all.
And even the racing track thing is just as fucking bad as well.
The racing track.
Oh
no, that's amazing.
No,
that's
amazing. It's
amazing.
Like he's the fastest thing alive. You can't fucking run on a track to save his life.
He catches the UFOs though. How can you not? That's so cool. Also, the music to both blue spheres and that UFO chase are amazing. I love the music to them. Oh, how dare!
Big fart for me.
No way, man.
Yeah,
no farts.
5 farts.
They're the best.
Yeah.
You're the fire farter. Right, I do. I've not looked at them for a month, but I do have facts. Oh, I pressed it too much. Got too excited. But yeah, I do have facts.
Okay.
So we will go back to Mario because we were talking about Mario at some point.
We do this all the time. I know, because I should have talked a bit more about the fucking World of Mario World, but then you just don't know what the fuck they are. So
just saying, we ended up talking more about Sonic 2. What does that tell you? Super Mario. I was going to say Sonic Mario World.
Valley of Bowser. Oh, that's such a fucking cool thing.
Super Mario World. Fat facts.
Well,
You probably know
look
all
how
of these.
cool that fucking castle is.
It's really bright.
There you go.
Oh, it's got his name
Look,
really big.
and it's like neon fucking writing. Like, how cool is that? And you fucking get to like take that shortcut for World.
I can't get that far.
You're shite.
Hey,
And the bosses are so good. Right, go on, back to me.
I can imagine that the bosses are better in Mario than they are in Sonic 2. I just don't like Sonic 2's boss. I think they're just a bit meh.
So the problem is that you've got your end of the level bosses, which are the Koopa kids, but then you've also got the bosses which are like in the mid-level ones and the Boo's mansions. There's a lot of different bosses, but they are recycled throughout towards the end of the game as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, as much as they are good, you do have to do pretty much each one twice.
Fair enough.
But or at least with Sonic, there's every level got its own specific boss.
Well, it's just Dr. Robotnik all the time.
Well, yeah, it's just he does different things.
Right, fat fact. You probably know all these, but if you stare at a Boo for around 13 seconds, the Boo will make a funny face back. If you stare at a big Boo for around 25 seconds, the big Boo will briefly peek out from hiding in its hands to see if you are still looking.
Just peeking.
Yeah, she has a little peek apparently.
It's like you in an old girls' school.
Yeah, cheeky boy. In the Super Mario World and Yoshi Island's developer interview with Nintendo, Takashi Tezuka stated that Mario was originally going to ride a horse instead of Yoshi. However, it felt out of place for a reptile world and was changed to look both like a crocodile and a turtle. A similar concept was almost given to Mario in Super Mario 64, but was later given to Link in Ocarina of Time as Epona. No, Epona.
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 There you go. So Mario almost rode a horse in Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't need it, did it?
Didn't need it. No, it wasn't big enough for that.
Although when you do the when you get all the 120 stars and then you get Yoshi at the end, it would have been it would have been a cool addition to like have Yoshi appear in every level and you could like just ride him around.
Yeah, but I think at that point they didn't really have time to program it.
Yeah, and at that point you've already done everything in the game, haven't you?
Yeah. I think it's too hard to make that work as well, considering it's his first 3D game.
Yeah. Best Mario game. The grassy pond, located halfway up Kappa Mountain, found near the start of the game on Yoshi's Island, is named after the mythological Kappa from Japanese folklore, which is often depicted with a small pool of water on its head. The name Kappa Mountain only appears in the game's instruction manual. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they have Kappas and everything. Like Animal Crossing is the most famous one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's in that.
I didn't know. I don't play Animal Crossing, to be honest. But in the Japanese version, Yoshi can eat the dolphins. This was removed from the international release. It's thought it was removed because of the different cultural views towards dolphins, or simply to make the level easier to finish, as the dolphins can be used as platforms. This was added back into all versions of the Game Boy Advance version. There you go. Test out on the Game Bloke. When
I know, that's it.
And that's all I've got for Super Mario World. Now it's Sonic 2's turn. I've lost him. Hold on. I found him. Wait, why is that so...
You got the right Sonic game. God, here we go.
Oh, I don't know. I might have mixed up two facts in this note that I've made, but oh well. I'll just either sound like a tit or I'll be speaking fact.
They changed that then, pal.
Sonic 2 Genocide City Zone is a scrapped level from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was meant to be a single act, but ultimately became Metropolis Zone Act 3. According to Sonic 2 level designer Tom Payne, the name Genocide City was chosen due to the development team's not quite complete grasp of the English language, hence the change to Cyber City later on. I didn't know. This is the one that might make me sound stupid now. Tails was originally designed as two different animals before being turned into a fox. First, he was designed to be a flying squirrel. His design was later used for Ray the Squirrel, who would only appear in Sega Sonic Arcade. He was then redesigned as a tanuki, but this idea was scrapped since Mario already had a tanuki suit that made him able to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be true, actually.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be like a squirrel tanuki animal.
But this guy already got beaten to it. At least I'm representing, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, you're proper representing for the for Team Mario, aren't you?
I'm not going to lie, I just picked it out of the wardrobe, so I didn't put no thought into it.
Mate, I can't get over how yellow I am. Hold on.
You are proper yellow. Intermission, because I'm going to close my door because it's fucking freezing in here now. It's my turn to look yellow.
Yeah, I'm still yellow.
Yeah, you need to change your light bulb.
Oh, it's not yellow though. It's white. It's just on my TV. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, I'm red. So I'm hoping it's not coming out like that on YouTube.
God.
There was originally a stage called Hidden Palace Zone in the game. Excuse me. It featured an underground cave full of shiny gems. Code for the stage exists on the final version of the cartridge. However, it can not be played through normal means. In an interview, Yuji Naka revealed that the player would be warped to the Hidden Palace Zone when all 7 Chaos Emeralds were collected. There you would be given the ability to become supersonic.
So isn't there? I'm sure was it Sonic 3? There was like some hidden thing that was only came out was it like last year or something like that. It's like a hidden thing that you have to go on. I want to say it's Mystic Cave, but it might not be Mystic Cave. I don't know, but there's a special. Yeah, there's a special. Or it might actually be in the part of the. Is it the Sonic? What's the new one where it does Origins? I think it might be in Origins actually.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but it's similar to that. There's a very specific around the way that you've got to jump down, and I'm sure it's in the Mystic Cave levels. And it takes you to like a hidden thing like that.
Something does ring a bell now that you say it.
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of.
But I think they eventually brought that to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It might have been in Sonic and Knuckles, but I don't think there was enough levels for you to do it. So if you do Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you've basically got 2 full games that allow you to be supersonic. It's super easy because...
Well, not if you get them fucking blue ball shot.
Well, Blue Spheres to me it's quite easy. There's certain levels in Blue Spheres that are easy. There's certain ones that are stupid, but because it's randomized, I believe it's randomized.
Is it randomized?
I don't know. I know the first one's always easy. I think it just cycles through them. So if you fail on one, it'll just go to the next one.
So you can end up going back to the easy one.
Yeah. So, and when you do Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because you're playing 2 full games with so many levels, it's quite easy to just hit a checkpoint with a certain amount of rings, blue spheres, hit the next checkpoint, blue spheres. So like you can finish Sonic 3, the Sonic 3 portion of it, comfortably at Supersonic. Then when you get to Sonic and Knuckles, the first time, I think when you go for the first emerald, you move on to the Master Emeralds in Sonic and Knuckles. And I think this is what this was supposed to be. It takes you to a separate zone, and you jump on one of the 7 Master Emeralds, and it takes you to that blue sphere zone. And then you unlock that Master Emerald. So I think that's what this was supposed to be, and they obviously canned it for Sonic 2 and brought it into the next one. But it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing.
It's a cool concept.
And then you finish it off and you become hypersonic. Mega hyper. He's hyper, man. I think he's just shiny.
Oh, okay. It's just white instead of gold.
I think he's still gold. But he's just got little sparkles. You know the invincibility thing? I think he just gets sparkles.
Just has that.
And I think the music is slightly different. It's like more higher pitched or something like that. But yeah, it's just supersonic, but it's shiny.
Okay. Shiny supersonic.
Yeah, and then it obviously, not that we're talking about Sonic Knuckles, but allows you to play the Doomsday Zone at the end, which is the hidden final level.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. But that's the I'm good with my timing now. I don't press it too much anymore.
Can't have that on a t-shirt anymore then.
No, I'll figure it out someday. I press it too much. So is there anything we've not spoken about with these games?
I mean, there's a lot that we can talk about Mario World, but because you've not played it all the way through, it's hard for me to say how amazing it is. You've not experienced it.
I've experienced some of it.
I know, but I mean, there's just so
I just found
much.
I do find certain levels really irritating. But it's the same as the first one. I probably mentioned it in the first one. I hate the levels that are like puzzles. Is it like Boo's Mansion or Boo's House?
Boo's Mansion. Yeah, so you've got your standard exit and you've got your secret exit.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah,
it becomes irritating where I'm trying to find what it wants me to find. And it's just like, I've tried that.
Yeah.
I'm back at this point now. I don't have to go through a little.
But there's not that many. And to be honest, you don't have to do many Boo's Mansions to get it. In fact, I don't even know if you have to do any to actually get through to the end.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you don't really have to.
So I was playing levels I didn't need to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonic don't got levels like that. Just saying.
I mean, you could have messaged me, and I went, "Oh yeah, no, that would take you to the Star Road. Yeah, do that. That'd be cool." Or like, "Yeah, don't bother doing that. Just go do it further. Follow the path." You know what I mean? Look at Billy Big Bollocks over here.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I have to use my brain.
It hurts to use my brain, just so you know. It's painful. I'm not playing video games to use my brain.
I mean, it's the thing with I like with Mario World is that so. Do you notice in the levels that there's like certain blocks that are like they're not there?
You've got to hit like
little things.
Yeah, you need to hit like
the outline. You got the big switches.
Yeah, the switches things. Yeah.
So you get in there when you find them.
I don't know where they are though. I've done one or two.
The yellow one and the red one.
I don't. I've done the very first you go up the hill, the very start.
The first level. That's the yellow one. Yeah,
that one I always remembered.
And World 2 is like I think it's the red one.
Okay. Is there one in each world? Is that what it is?
No, there's only 4. So there's 4 in total. So the World 1 and 2. I can't remember where the blue and green ones are. No, the blue and yellow. No, blue and red. It's yellow and green are the first 2. Yeah, blue and red are the next ones because it's the colours of the steps pad. Yeah, I mean, there's those, and when you get them, it opens up. It makes so much that levels you can go back and replay levels, and it opens up like loads of different areas. And like some levels where you could there's a key that's hidden that's at the very top, and the only way you can do it is by getting the yellow blocks, and you run up to it to get the key to unlock. And there are puzzle elements in, but I mean, for the majority of the game, you can just get through by just doing the levels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just platforming.
Getting these switches does make some levels a lot easier. I mean, we've gone through like the bosses that all the Koopa kids that they're not the same. They kind of were like redesigned, and they didn't match the Super Mario 3 ones, which is a bit.
Few bosses I did, I wasn't overly impressed.
I mean, you've got what was it? The first one is Iggy, and it's the you're on the seesaw thing in the lava. I mean, if you don't go in there with a fire flower, it does take some skill to like jump on him to knock him off. The easiest way is to just pelt him with the fire flowers, the fireballs, and you'll fall off the edge.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I say, the four there are four different ways of doing it, and then they just recycle the next ones for the next three afterwards, which isn't great. But I mean, that doesn't really matter because when you get to Bowser at the end, the Bowser boss is like so fucking good. Because like Bowser's Castle is a fucking behemoth of a level, absolutely behemoth, and it's like you do need all the bloody skills that you've learned throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And I just wish you'd get to him just to see like
I might do it on the Game Bloke. Well, maybe not on the Game Bloke, on the Switch. I'll do it on the Switch.
you need to you do and yeah, I think that's one of the best probably one of the best Mario bosses
Ever.
Yes, it's just so cool. He's in his Koopa car and he's flying around and he's swooping down at you and he's throwing his little Mecha Koopa robots that you've got to pick up and you've got to fling at him, and it's just a smart level, and it just uses the Mode 7 stuff really well because like he's going to the background and to the foreground, and the only boss, yeah, Yoshi's Island 2's boss is probably the only one that's really better, and that's phenomenal, and we'll talk about that, and you will have to finish that game.
Is Yoshi's Island 2 the sequel to this one?
Yeah, so Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island is it's the sequel, but it doesn't follow, if you know what I mean. Like Nintendo knew that they've hit that platforming fucking done. Do you know what I mean? There's no better platforming game than they made after Super Mario World. So it's just all based off Yoshi's.
Okay.
And they're having to transport Mario like back home essentially. And they knew they couldn't compete. So it's a completely different style of game. It's a platforming game, probably the best game on the SNES.
I thought you liked Link to the Past.
Oh no, I do. It's my favorite game of all time. But Yoshi's Island is so good, so good. Like that game pushed the SNES like to its limits and beyond with what it did. So that's always the game. See, like when they have the emulators and that, they always do the Yoshi Island test, because if you can't play Yoshi's Island, then the emulator is not that good.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's the game that everyone tests their emulation on. So, but going back to the Nintendo, have basically they realized that they've peaked at Mario platforming and they couldn't do it any better, and they haven't done it any better because no game after has ever been as good as Mario World, and the modding community has like just breathed life in that game for the past 30 years. There's no, you know what I mean? That's why Super Mario Maker was made.
Yeah.
It's because people were modding the game and making their own version of the game and making their own levels and everything like that. Do you know what I mean?
That's such a good idea, though. Super Mario Maker is such a good idea.
It is. And that's literally Nintendo's just like, well, people are making their own games. Let's just give them the resources. Even though like all the proper modders were able to unlock the game and everything anyway. For the normal Joe like me, do you know what I mean? That made levels just look like bricks, that made look big dicks that Mario had to jump over. Do you know what I mean?
What else would you do on it?
Well, exactly. And I'm wondering why all my levels were like banned. Do you know what I mean? Fucking thumbnails, a big dick of Mario just jumping off a tip.
You just say it's part of the Mushroom Kingdom.
That mushroom grows. But that's why I say that it's probably the best Mario 2D platformer of all time. It is, and it's a fair game as well. Do you know what I mean? There's not that many levels that you would find that you get cheap deaths. If you die in this game, it's like you kind of deserved it. Do you know what I mean? You are not good enough for this level. You've got to get better. You need to finish it. You need to finish it. We could have a proper
one
adult,
day. Yeah,
adult conversation.
one day I might. I had like every intention to when we decided on this a month ago. I
month
did
ago,
for a few days in a row. I'd get into bed at night and I'd do a couple levels. And I know I just got to like those boo levels, and it was just irritating me. And I thought I can be playing Marvel Snap now. I can be playing Mighty Doom now.
Well, now you know that you don't need to do them all.
I know, but it's still not Sonic.
All of the fucking back and just play a really good platform game. and then when you get to the bloody Forest of Illusions, and then
I've done the Forest of Illusions.
Well, how can you do Forest of Illusions? That's like World 6.
No.
Alexa, stop.
I might have done a trip skip then. I don't know. I don't know what I do. You're talking to a guy that doesn't always do it on Mario, man. I've done the Forest of Illusions. Because it like you do like a loopy in the overworld, don't you? You sort of go.
Yes.
I've done that. I've finished the game. Have I finished the game?
No. See, it's okay. The Forest of Illusions, though. I spent like months just going around in circles. Trying
that was another thing. There was like a secret exit on something that I thought I needed to find, and it gave me like a in the overworld. I got annoyed.
Takes you to Chocolate Mountain, which, to be honest, isn't the greatest level.
Yeah, that might be where I'm at, and I've just not played it.
Yeah, Chocolate Mountain it's fine. It's all right. It just that's where the difficulty just goes up.
That's not like encouraging me to play it or anything, though.
It's fine. It's not the best. Not the best world in the game because you've got to get into the battle. And that's the best world in the game, and that's where like it shifts into another gear, and you're just like. And you can see Bowser. You see Bowser just floating above his little castle with his neon lights, and it's so good. like there's no other game like that. You know that you can see the end boss, and the end boss is like, "I'm fucking here, boys." Do you know what I mean?
I'm boys.
You fucking come on, lads. Let's go. I'm waiting. Do you know what I mean? Like cool. Bosses from other games were like sulking about and fucking like, you know what I mean? Like Bowser's just like
Wesker, Resident Evil 5.
Right, fair.
I love Wesker in Resident Evil 5. What a weapon.
Wesky.
He is a sexual man.
I love Wesky.
I wish that.
You need to find that and make that a short.
I'm gonna go through like especially our Grand Theft Auto stuff, our Resident Evil 5 stuff.
Oh God.
And that's why I'm just gonna need your help if you watch anything. If there's certain points in any videos.
All the time. Just put the whole video on as a short.
I will do because I do like doing these. I do like doing the shorts of our little combos, but every so often I think just a random little bit of nonsense would be quite funny sometimes from our past.
Yeah, because we have had a lot of nonsense.
Oh God, that's the issue I've got. We've got so much nonsense that I've got to pick certain ones. I did actually find, because just going off on tangent before we score these games, when I watched that Doom episode, I just enjoyed that so much, and I talked about Brutal Doom, and that I had the Arnold Schwarzenegger mod.
You find the video?
I had to find the video. I went and found the video. It is the best thing ever. It's not my best video I've ever done, but it's just the fact that I'm just pouncing about on Brutal Doom, and then every so often I've just got an Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liner, and I always bring up Arnie's face instead of Doom Guy's face. And it's amazing. It's so funny. And he ends up repeating himself 50 times in this 10-minute video I did, and it's just the best.
So good. Do you know what always gets me? The bloody MotorStorm. When we used to play MotorStorm.
MotorStorm Apocalypse,
yeah. It's like my dad.
We're fighting with the Russian guys or something.
my dad, and me and you argue. Because and your headphones cut out, and I'm just insulting you for the entire race.
Oh my God, the quality of those videos, because they were one of our first.
They'd be
MotorStorm, MotorStorm Apocalypse. I had like a cheap whatever capture card at the time, just anything that I could record with, It recorded in like 4:3 piece of crap's barely standard definition.
Yeah.
But like just our conversations they're so funny.
I just remember like screaming that like my dad did your plumbing for free.
My dad, John Lennon.
The
He's
greatest
the
plumber in all the.
best
And I
plumber in
just remember that
all Liverpool.
my window was open, and like this is when we were living in the hotel that we been converted, and we were at the top, and like I literally after that went outside, and when the neighbour that lived underneath me was like just like, are you okay, son? Are you all right? I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, shit.
He's disrespecting me, Dad. Oh, I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna go through them at some point. I'll just do little snippets. I'll just do snippets of our past.
Yes.
It's true retro Gak Attack.
Oh god, yeah. EastEnders, Saints Row Three Ladies.
Oh my god, with the Nyan Cat music in the background.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, we've had some fun.
I know.
Right.
Anyway,
Boring.
it's time to bring out the Smeg.
I can do it on this one.
Oh no.
Like,
Right, so currently on the Smeg, after round 1, the unofficial round 1. So first place you got Mario Kart DS. That's after the very first Retro Gak Attack. Second place Mario Kart 64, also because of Retro Gak Attack. And then episode 1 Retro Gak Attack. Round 1 then gave us Sonic the Hedgehog at third, just below Mario Kart 64. And then Super Mario Brothers just below Sonic the Hedgehog. So there's like,
quite nice.
I'd say Mario Kart DS is probably fairly comfortable for now, possibly.
Yeah, it's such a bloody
900,000 score is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What are you giving Super Mario World?
Oh, so it is the best 2D platformer. To give it a 9.
Just a simple 900,000.
Oh, 9. Done. My only grievance is with some of the names of fucking Star World. Like Gnarly.
So you're taking away 100,000 points.
It's a Gnarly.
Gnarly. It's so cool though. It's so American. It's the Japanese trying to be American.
How was it? Tubular, way cool, awesome, groovy, mondo, outright, and funky.
And they're the names of the levels.
They're just the names of the levels.
Why?
They are funky.
Yeah, I was going to say, is the funky level actually funky?
No, they're not fucking really
Is
hot.
it tubular, man?
Really hot. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously I've not finished the game, but I do understand how good the game is. I've played it. It is a good game. I just can't stick with it because I'm me. So I'm going to be fair, and I will give it 7.5. I gave Sonic the Hedgehog 8. So I have to go 7.5. And I've also got my Sonic 2 score to consider as well. So I think that is a fair score from me.
825.
825. So that puts it third. It goes ahead of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, it's a far better game than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ugh.
Yes.
It's not. Get lost.
Yes.
I put Sonic. Hold on. Super Mario World. Okay, so that puts it third. What score do you give Sonic 2?
8.5.
8.5. Ooh, tasty.
Yeah.
8.5. 850,000. Yeah, I can move them after. So Super Mario World is 50,000 points better than Sonic 2. It's close though.
Yeah, it's close. I love both of them, so.
I would give
I'll give that.
I would give Sonic 2 78,000. I just can't put it ahead of Sonic 1. I love Sonic 1. And it's just, there's too many instances of things that irritate me a little bit in Sonic 2, which none of the other Sonic games really have.
Well,
Bosses aren't great. 815.
Yeah, which is under Super Mario World then, which is right.
Yeah, so it's 4th place and it goes ahead of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is shocking. But you know. I'm just weird. I got weird opinions, bro.
It's fine, but this is why we do it by 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that's 2 games that have already gone above the round 1 games, which is no real surprise.
No.
Like, as much as I prefer Sonic 1 over Sonic 2, I can understand Sonic 2 going ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's on there.
That's fine.
That's not bad. We're starting getting some games on the Smeg now. It's taken a while.
I know we'll probably do it we do every other month. We'll do
Yeah. I need to get more Sonic on there though. We've got 4 Marios and 2 Sonics.
Well, I mean, if Sonic did a good racing game, we could talk about the series of Sonic racing game. But I mean, there's not.
I think you'll find that the Transformed one or something is actually very well received.
That's quite good.
I've not played it, so.
You're not?
No.
Oh yeah, no, I got that. I got that on Steam. Remember when Steam was the thing?
Have I got it?
I don't know.
I might actually have it on Steam because I was trying to think. I'm not. It's one of those like awkward. It was PS3 era, wasn't it?
It's something like that.
So they're still quite awkward for you to just, you know, play on an emulator or something like that. You know, just be able to load it up on the PS5 or something. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be so helpful. Sony.
If it was easier to play the game, I would just jump on it. I'll have a look to see if I got it on Steam. It could be
pull your thumb out your arse, Sony, and get it fucking done with you. Fucking backwards compatibility, my dick.
Whoa, yeah, they're not great with that stuff, are they?
No. They are not.
Right, so do we just leave it now and we'll decide on something?
We'll let it simmer.
Let it simmer. Because we could easily just go to the 3rd, sort of, but I kind of want to spread it out a bit and just randomly pick certain games that suit each other.
Well, I mean, we talk about Mario 64, but I mean, that I don't think we can do that in a comparing sort of episode because that game in itself needs to be on its own.
Yeah, I'd say your closest one is probably Sonic Adventure. But that was the only sort of semi-decent 3D Sonic.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably talk about Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and on their own.
Okay. I've not played 2 though. I've only played 1.
Did I play 2?
I never had the Dreamcast.
I didn't have a Dreamcast. I had a GameCube.
Is it on the GameCube?
Yeah, it came out on the GameCube as well. Did you not know? Well, to be honest, I mean, with the old boy, you could play Dreamcast games, so I mean, you could experience it through that.
I don't actually think Sonic Adventure's that good though.
That's it. Well, it's a discussion for another time.
I don't want a Sonic game to end at bottom of the Smeg, man. Come on.
I do agree. It's fucking shite.
Right, next Retro Gak though. Is there anything?
Whenever that may be.
Yeah, hopefully next Thursday, or just whenever.
We'll leave it.
Whenever
just leave it. Yeah, whenever we can. Because I mean, with kids and life and chat.
But is there anything that you want to talk about?
Tell you what, we'll leave it to chance.
Well, I've got a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
Since, by next time we should have the Game Bloke.
Yes.
The pair of us should have the old boy in hand and we can play retro games, like, conveniently. I was thinking either Donkey Kong.
Talk about Donkey Kong right now. I don't need to play that.
Oh, I know, but that's the thing. I don't need to play it, but I'll want to play it.
Okay, that's fine.
The Game Boy Donkey Kong, not Atari arcade.
It's on the Switch.
Huh?
It's on the Switch. All 3 of them are on the Switch.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, but I just want to play it on the old boy.
That's fine. You can play it on the old boy as well.
I want to play it on the Game Bloke.
Yeah.
Either that, or I might give you a Zelda game, and I will for the last time in my 30+ year life, I will try. I will try a Zelda game.
No, because I'll just be talking to just a wall of ignorance.
But
No.
they're big. I know they're big games, and I'm really try. You know, like when you're really.
The thing is, you can't do it. You can't do Zelda in a week.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
You can't. You've got to play decently. We can do Donkey Kong. I'm quite happy to do Donkey Kong.
I feel like we do need to do a Zelda soon, though, just
Me
because your new one's coming out, and I want to try and piggyback off the.
That's fair. That is fair. But you need to play it and finish it. This is. You can't talk Zelda if you don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea, but I try to. We'll do Donkey Kong then.
You need to message me. Donkey Kong, yeah.
Yeah,
you need to message me, and I will talk you through it.
We both know Donkey Kong very well, so.
Wait, there with Donkey Kong Country or Game Boy Donkey Kong?
Game Boy Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You still need to let me play Donkey Kong Country, which I can do on the Game Bloke. I know I can do it on the Switch as well, but I want to play it on the Game Bloke.
Yeah. Okay. Fun deal.
So Game Boy Donkey Kong next time.
Okay.
Any excuse for me to be able to play that again because it's amazing.
I'm going to have to get that out now as well. Such a good fucking game.
I know, it's amazing. I can't wait to talk about a potential top 3 game next time. I'd say so.
What? That's fighting words then.
It goes ahead of one of them for me.
On that note,
it's better than GoldenEye. See you later.
Mate, I'll see you in the morning. I'm fucking driving down right now. Stab you in the dick. See you next week.
See you later, guys. Bye.